Hello, Accounting 131 students. This is Lenore Cabrera, and I'm here to help you with the third problem, Dillon Manufacturing. So the first part of the requirement is to prepare some journal entries. So let's jump in. The first one, purchase materials on account, $125,000. The debit is going to be to the materials account for $125,000. And the credit, because it was on account, will be to accounts payable. There we go. Remember, all journal entries require an explanation. No explanation, you'll start losing points. So it just can be simple purchase materials. There we go, one down. All right, the next one, requisition total materials of 130, of which 8,000 was considered indirect. So, requisitioning materials, that means it's a credit to materials. I'm going to put that in first. 130,000. And part of this materials are going to work in process, which is direct material, and the indirect material will go to manufacturing overhead. So let's put that in. So going forward, I'm going to abbreviate work in process as WIP, which is WIP. That's a standard abbreviation. And manufacturing overhead, let's abbreviate that as well, MOH, manufacturing overhead. So the sentence let us know that 8,000 was considered indirect. That's manufacturing overhead. So we have 130 less the 8, 122,000 goes into work in process. So the explanation could just be requisitioned materials. All right, the third one. The third and fourth one, I don't know why your authors have decided to do this, but they really go together, 3 and 4. So number 3 suggests that the wages payable or salaries payable is 105. And then in number 4, it says 15,000 was considered indirect labor. Well, indirect labor is manufacturing overhead. And the other debit goes to work in process. That's the direct labor. So we'll do a similar formula. So 105 less 15 is 90. And the explanation could just be incurred. I use salaries rather than wages. They are in my class, well, certainly in 131 and 121, they are interchangeable. When we begin working with payroll, there's some different rules. But for right now, they're interchangeable. So let's see, we have number 5 now, incurred other manufacturing overhead. So I'm just going to call the debit other manufacturing overhead. And the credit, because it's incurred, is to accounts payable. There's no cash involved. So what do we have? 57,000. And again, the explanation, incurred other MOH, manufacturing overhead. Now, number 6, we're going to apply manufacturing overhead at a basis of 80% of the direct labor. So we're going to do a little calculation. I'm going to put it, well, let's put it right here. So we need to know what our direct labor costs were, and we go up to the journal entry in number 2. Here it is, 122,000. So let's take care of that, 122. And we're only going to use 80% of that. So that's the formula, 122 times 80%. Now we'll put in the journal entry. So because this is applied, the debit goes to work in process and the credit to manufacturing overhead. So equals 122 times 80%, and that's going to come to be calculated as 97,600. So 97,600. Okay, I'm not certain if you realized I just stopped the recording, but I'm back here. So this is applied manufacturing overhead. What I realized is that there was an error here in my work in process T account, which was distracting me. So let's go ahead, let me remove those two, and look at number 7. Number 7, determined ending work in process 14,000. Use this information to calculate the amount of work in process transferred to finished goods. So for this particular journal entry, I'd like you to prepare a T account for work in process. BB stands for beginning balance. That was given to us in the beginning of the problem. And I can probably show you that right here. So work in process inventory was given $17,000. So that's what the BB stands for. Now we just need to add the other items that are journal entries put into or recorded into work in process.